We can go ahead and equip that immediately. They didn't buy it! You jackass! We made Batman! He's also an Orphan. The only normal one so far is Tiz. We haven't figured out a way to break him yet. During the buffs! Get her! Ow! No! You thought for a moment Ia's Time Mage outfit was her flipping grand ship off? Please don't. Ah! Ah! Just die! Ah! We're gonna see how well it goes. I doubt it'll go very well, but we're gonna find out. We are faster. Oh, we got him! You only have like 100 HP! Let's go! We got drug dealers, woo! Hello there, friends, and welcome back to my playthrough of the Bravely Default HD Remaster. This video is an edited down version of streams 4 and 5 I did on this channel a while back, made to allow for you to enjoy some of the silly moments and interesting conversations had during these streams without having to watch me ramble on for over 10 hours combined. If you're interested in watching the unedited streams, however, I will have a link to them in the description below. There is a ton that I had to cut in order to make this edit not too busy than it already is, so it might be worth putting on in the background if not anything else. Anyways, let's now move on to what's happening so far. We left off last time right after beating Kata and bringing Egil to safety. I decided it would be best to start today by making a bit more story progress, aiming to wrap up the Fire Crystal storyline in order to get more EXP, an extra support ability slot, and unlocking the means to get more jobs. So, after getting my bearings and starting up the stream, we set off for the Underflow. I said this before last week, but Final Fantasy is in a very interesting position for me. It's a vast franchise, and it houses simultaneously some of my favorite games ever made, and also some of my least favorite games ever made, and I think that is really funny. There's so much variety to the types of games you find in that franchise. I can definitely tell whenever the developers themselves were on acid thinking about some of the ideas they had. And those either make up some of the best games in the franchise and also some of the worst. Yeah, okay, thinking on Final Fantasy villain, plans, Ultimecia is, high up there on the what the hell is going on kind of plan. I think it is a very, very cool plan. However, it is very much a, if you were 10 playing this game, you lost the plot halfway through Disc 2. I know this because that was me. I didn't understand what the hell was going on at Final Fantasy VIII until I played it again back during the COVID lockdown, and I was like, oh, that's what's going on. Oh, okay. I still really like 8's plot, though. I actually do like 8 more than Final Fantasy VII, mostly because I enjoy the cast of Final Fantasy VIII more, which is something that is fixed in the 7 Remake, because I will go out of my way to praise 7 Remake. I really, really like that game, because it did the one thing that I really, really wanted Final Fantasy VII to do, which was make me like the main cast that isn't Cloud. I didn't really like Barret, or Tifa, or Aerith, or Red 13, or any of the main cast of Final Fantasy VII a lot whenever I first played the original, but the remake really, really improved those characters for me personally. What Final Fantasy games would you recommend for Bravely Default enjoyers? Maybe watch 1,000 hours of Bravely Default, never played any other Final Fantasy games. The immediate answer I give you is Final Fantasy V. Is it necessary to play from Final Fantasy I? No, it is not necessary. Almost every single Final Fantasy game is a standalone story. If a Final Fantasy has a different number from another one, they are not connected. So, Final Fantasy I and Final Fantasy II are not connected to each other. Final Fantasy I and Final Fantasy XV are not connected to each other. However, Final Fantasy XIII has Final Fantasy XIII-2 and Final Fantasy XIII-3. Those are connected to each other because they share the main title. Playthrough 1 through 16 still didn't get the whole plot. Yeah, if Final Fantasy 1 through 16 actually had a cohesive narrative, they did a really crappy job. I kind of lost the plot around Final Fantasy VII, maybe the Fabula Nova Crystallis. Dagmar crushed you on hard mode? Well, hopefully Anyas can land some crits. Some very, very nice crits. And we can kill him in one cycle. Let's cast Lux so we can get some buffs on. I don't remember if I have any proper buffs on. Again, let's just get a bunch of special move buffs on. So this is mostly just to gauge how much damage we're going to be able to do. That did a lot more than I thought. Holy crap. And then we're gonna do Grand Strike. Honestly, I think this might do max damage. No, it didn't. Wow, okay. And then we do Infinity. This should give us more hit count and crit rate. Okay, that's probably the highest damage that Tiz has done so far in this game. I don't remember what buffs I put on for this. Plan B. Oh! He didn't like that. Angel investment into double damage, I guess? Oh, Anya's went first, of course. Of course he did. Of course he did. Okay, there's our first... Actually, no, that technically isn't our first max damage because... Oh, there we go. I like to see that damage. Ah, this reminds me, I need to go get the limit breaker. I haven't gotten that yet. Eh! Just kill him in one turn. That's all we need to do. With Chaogmar out of the way, the Fire Crystal can be awakened and we're free to start getting some more jobs. I immediately chased down Kami Izumi for the Swordmaster job, despite me not really being interested in using it, and he goes down after a fairly simple game of playing chicken. I then had to go and ship off Egil to Zemnis over in Kaldisla so that the ninja quest could open up, only to find us in the midst of a silly murder plot involving poison and stabbing, professions that our favorite band of psychos here were very familiar with.
Others will realize something is
ringing bells on screen, we can focus up. Oh, and he does. Well, don't look too shocked, Anyas. Idia, I think we should probably hide you away a little bit, because, you may be the only person here who has access to... Actually, I have Black Mage and Salve Maker in here. Shit. I'm definitely the most likely suspect here. Who's willing to bet... I'm gonna set my controller down for a second. Who's willing to bet that I'm gonna get my ass beat? I think she will. She is... Oh, hey, you're not supposed to do that. Oh, she bought the Bacchus wine! Perfect. Well, I am instead going to do Angel Investment into Anyas, and then I'm going to sack Ring a Bell again. You've been eating a lot of dirt this fight so far. Let me know if the game still shows you camera if you have connected your Switch 2. So, unfortunately, I can't test that because I don't have the Switch 2 camera add-on. If it does have your camera as something that it can use, it has replacements for that now. It's not just like a black screen, which is nice. I wouldn't be surprised if the camera doesn't do that anymore. Ow. No, I guess the only reason why I don't think they would is because it's an optional feature now, instead of it being something that's put into the system. I think someone accidentally face revealing from that part, that would actually be a problem. No, that if you're a streamer who doesn't want their face to be revealed and you're playing this game, you might actually run into problems with that. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that could be an issue. Especially if you don't know it's coming. Yeah, that could be a problem. Please don't default this turn. Actually, no. Default this turn, please, actually. You... Oh, I'm gonna be so happy whenever you're dead. No! Don't remove it! I need that! I need that! No, she died! I thought Tiz was faster! Oh, crap. Well, the EXP is a little displaced. Just a teeny bit. Her bloodlust was too strong. Well, I'm gonna wear her garments like a symbol of pride, but also I'm a little angry about it. I'm not even... no, she does not get any last words. No. No. No, I'm not giving her that courtesy. Great debt. Yeah, that didn't exactly go to plan, but hey, Ninja was in our hands now, which is pretty swell in itself. And with that, the only thing left for us to do in Chapter 3 was to get access to Grand Ship. The behemoth sleeping in the hole of this damn place was a journey and a half to take down, but after a roughly 20-minute ordeal, it was finally defeated. What I wasn't expecting was to have my butt kicked by an enemy I don't think I've ever given much thought to. This ice golem. He completely wrecked my party, so much so that I had to step aside and farm as many special moves as I could in order to send him packing. Wise man once said, let's go gambling. That's exactly what we're going to be doing. I'm going to literally throw everything I've got at this man, and it's either going to work or it's not. 90% of gamblers fail before their big win. Exactly, see? You got it. This'll work. Okay, 8K? Okay, so now we've got a bunch of special moves going crazy. If I had the limit breaker, I think this guy actually probably would have died by now. Crit, 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 crit. Man, and who says gambling doesn't work out? See? It took, you know, everything we had to throw at him, but we got it. We got it. All right, which one do we do first? Do we do the Guardian first, or do we do the Zombie Dragon? Zombie Dragon, Durgan. Seeing a little bit of Durgans. I'm gonna start making my way there. One of these 8 is going to work through. You have to do it twice. There's one. Do I see a second one? Oh. Hey! All right. Time for good old trial and error. Because I don't remember what this guy does. I'm liking that we might be faster. Ow! It speeds up again. There's the assist attack. Ow! Dang, okay. Faults. And then we just attack normally because I don't have any other abilities on him right now. This is gonna hurt. Yep. All reliable. All reliable. I think this guy just dies. Right? Right? Please don't make me a liar. Yes! Hydrate or dihydrate. That is a very good term. You're about to get your skull caved in, or I'm about to get mine caved in. I don't know. Alright. So, without doing literally any prep, see the little girl right there? I've got a big club. Caveman mode. Exactly. We're gonna go caveman mode. Okay, full heal. Nearly max damage. If he would crit, I'd get a lot more mileage out of that. There's poison. And then we're just gonna attack Victoria. Go, 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 go! Get the buffs, get the buffs! I'm gonna kill this little girl! And clipped out of contact. Okay, well, I got the BP I wanted. Ow. Are we the baddies? In this timeline, absolutely. Alright, this should kill her. No way she dies. Yeah! There's not really much he can do to her. There's really not much he can do. I'm sorry, my fellow glasses boy, but there's really not much you can do in this situation. I'm sorry. His best ain't good enough. Exactly. So we have done, we've done that of the name, and we have done Onward Into the Light. What's the new one? Oh no! Why? Oh no! Praline has to haunt me everywhere I go. Let's get this over with. We all get to suffer together. Sit up. Of course they would pick this goddamn song for a rhythm game. I should have known. This is the one I'm excited for. Subdue the Dragon. We are on Grand Ship. Things are a little different. My boy Ringabel was being worked to the bone whenever we were flying around near Caldisla earlier today. That is the Zombie Dragon. He's here for the run back. Shield controls in default mode. First, you'll need to defend against enemy attacks. In default mode, the hand cursors will become shield cursors. Move your left and right shields deftly to block incoming attacks. I think in normal mode, it's probably none of these are probably fast enough to stop me from just standing here reflecting constantly. Where's my left hand? Where is it? I don't see it. I kind of need that. All right, get him, lads, get him! Ability drive-by shooting. Yeah, we are technically doing a drive-by. And this concluded our day, having made a decent amount of progress, but I still felt as if I could have done a bit more. Come next week, though, we would face down the rest that Chapter 4 had to offer us. 7 days flew by like nothing, and I quickly found myself staring down Eternian Central Command at the start of our next stream. But this time, I decided to give myself a slight restriction. In order to keep things interesting, I would remove the ability to use special moves entirely. This would definitely not come to haunt me in later streams where this idea would be blown out of proportions and be turned into its own thing. Definitely not. I'm gonna let this autoplay. It could have been solved right now if Braev explained what was happening to the party. Exactly. I feel like I went on a few tangents about this in my series. My God, this guy could have fixed so many issues if he just sat down and explained everything. I find it very, very in character for this man to be an idiot. This man is not a great leader. He kind of just stumbles his way into being Grand Marshal, which is pretty funny. There was an open dialogue here, but no. There has to be family drama. The true ending is the best ending, except for the few worlds that the final boss does remove from existence. But hey, all of my friends' worlds were fine, and that's really what matters, okay? Friendbot and Omegobot's worlds, they're fine, alright? And that means Good ending for me. AmigoBot is the GOAT. Absolutely. He's not a fraud like BuddyBot is. All my homies hate BuddyBot. FriendBot's kind of okay. And then PalBot, he's kind of the wallflower at parties. Alright, we need to keep a tally of Braev L's. How many times does something wrong go under his watch? I think we'd probably be at like 15 by now, and I think this is an extra notch right there. 16.
What's this?
Because mishandling of communication with the Dia, and then the second tick right there, forgetting about the secret passage that he probably implemented for his own daughter. That's 2 ticks right there for Braev. Are we counting the Eternian forces going down one by one as individual failures? No, because most of that wasn't his fault. However, I would say there was a lot of incompetent choices made in terms of who were in those forces. I would say there was at least 2 L's before Chapter 4 that are directly tied to Braev. Oh, right. I had fights turned on. And unfortunately, Idia's kind of a pacifist, so I guess I gotta throw items at them. Idia can do non-direct damage. That was, I think, the deal made back in the day. Okay, will she live? Nope, Idia's dead. Well, that adventure was great, guys. I'll see you next stream.
You would forgive
Have we decided that Tiz is the nerd? No, that was something I decided just now. That's why Super Geeky idolizes him. That makes sense. Tim goes hard. We'll rename Tiz to Tim whenever we get access to the rename board. Yeah, but, oh, that's right, it's Excalibur. Well, I don't think anyone can really make use of Excalibur right now. Why does Braev not use it if it's in his castle? Because he's got his own Grand Marshal sword. Also, for anyone who wasn't here at the very, very start of stream, I plan on doing kind of some restrictions for every stream upcoming, just to try and keep some stuff difficult. So today, I am removing all special moves. Very, very simple restriction. Probably shouldn't affect too much, but I'm gonna try and not use any special moves this entire stream. I haven't actually figured out what I want to do for Bravely Second yet. I do know I want to make videos over that game, but I haven't figured out what just yet. I'll be completely honest with that. Around July or August of last year, I did look into how I would format Bravely Second job videos and how I would do a Bravely Second series. But I started looking at Wizard, and I was sitting in my room with my little whiteboard that I have, where I kind of storyboard out how I want to do things and how I want to present the videos. And I was taking a look at Wizard, and I said, nope. There was like a good weekend where I sat down and was like, okay, I am going to figure out how to make Wizard in particular work. Because I don't want to just brush over all of the really cool things you can do with that job, but I also don't want to make it into a 40-minute long video. And in about a span of 48 hours, I couldn't solve my problem in a way that I was satisfied with, and so I said, nope. And I haven't looked back at Bravely Second job videos since, outside of one day or two at the beginning of this year, around January or February. I went back and I looked at doing a Fencer video, just as kind of a test. Because the way that I started these job videos is that there was always one video that I made as kind of like a test video. And Bravely Default 1's was Freelancer, Bravely Default 2's was Swordmaster. Technically speaking, Swordmaster, which is one of the videos that came out recently, that was the first job video I made for Bravely Default 2, was Swordmasters. I went back and changed a few things after a few videos have come out, just to switch things up. But Swordmaster was the first one I made for Bravely Default 2. And Bravely Second, the first one I was going to do was going to be Fencer, as kind of my test video, as my guinea pig. And I made half of the Fencer video, and I was like, okay, this works. The format I have, because the Bravely Second videos were going to be way, I think flashier is the wrong word. They were going to be a little more higher budget, because there's a lot more to go over, and so I would need to have more templates, I would have needed to have more visuals, just because I was more experienced in editing, so I wanted to show that off. And I made about half of the Fencer video, And then I went back to Wizard, and I was like, I still don't have a way of getting this under, like, 35 minutes. There was a part of me that I actually was thinking of splitting Wizard into 2 videos. The video without Spellcraft felt empty, and the Spellcraft video was the biggest chunk of it. And so I felt like the first video just really wasn't all that valuable. So that didn't really work out for me very much. It was a whole thing of, if I decide to do Bravely Second Job videos, I will need to somehow break through the wall that is Wizard. Because Wizard isn't the most daunting job, in my personal opinion, when it comes to making those videos. But it is definitely the one that I was dreading the most. But it would not be the one that requires the most work. Unironically, there are plenty of other jobs I did not take off two-handed on Anies. But I'm not against doing them. I'm not afraid of a challenge. It's just whether or not I have an idea that I like going into the project. Because if I don't like the idea, then I'm not gonna do it. Because that was one of the big reasons why I decided to do Bravely Default 2 first, after Bravely Default 1. Was that I had a plan going into Bravely Default 2. I knew exactly how I wanted to format the videos. I was like, okay, well, I'll just do that one next. Also, Bravely Default 2 didn't have all of its online features dead. Spellcraft Talk could be split between different jobs. I could do that. That was, if you're saying, like, you know, how would Spellcraft affect black and white magic and summoning magic? I did think about that. But my caveat was oh, I need to change the department. Was I wanted to try and keep Spellcraft isolated to Wizard because that's Wizard's thing. Again, all of these are good solutions. Splitting them into 2 videos. You know, isolating Spellcraft into each individual job and how it affects each job. Well, I think we can truly say this has been quite the Bravely Default. Yep, here's another Braev L. So we're at, what, 3 this stream? No, 4. We're at number 4 this stream so far. Oh my gosh, guys, he said it! And lower speed. This is why I named Seth John Bravely Default 2 is... Wow! Okay, don't like Bruce Wayne. Fair enough. Ring a bell, just chill. Think happy thoughts. Think happy thoughts. Think happy thoughts. Okay. Alright. Well, screw you, man. Okay, he didn't default. That may actually... Oh, we got the first round. Thanks, Gandalf. Oi! Oi! Oh. Well, he wasn't wrong. 2 of them didn't make it through. Shit. This kind of does go to show that our team is absolutely full of glass cannons. We can dish it, but we can't take it very well. The way I say idiot makes me sound like I'm calling her an idiot. Well, I mean, I can't say that about her. She may not be an idiot. Actually, no, never mind. Idiot. Yeah, idiot. Yeah, that's what she is. Idiots. So we've got Tim and Idiot now. So now we need to get Agnes, Tim, Idiot, and I think she actually does. Yeah, no, Idiot does have the worst intelligence. She technically does make the worst black mage, which is usually why I like having her as the black mage. Because it's funny. Okay, what was my plan? Because that man is absolutely defaulting this turn. No way he's not. Oh, read like a damn book. Okay, he's definitely not defaulting this turn. Which means this man his ass is about to be grass, ideally. Imagine if he defaults, well, he's gonna be taking like 20,000 damage instead of probably 80,000 damage. He's still gonna feel this in the morning, I'm gonna be honest. Just keep those Ooh! He took it like a champ, though. Oh, never mind. I'll be honest, he took that like a champ. He still got 2 BP. Honestly, I think he kind of came out the winner in that turn. Don't mess with my gang. We got Ronger Dongle, Agnes, Idiots, and worst of all, Tim. No way he actually attacks this turn. No way. Ooh, read like a book. I'm gonna give him 1 chance. If he doesn't get this Phoenix down, he's gonna have to take the L regardless. Okay? This will be another notch If he doesn't take the Phoenix down, he's an idiot, and that goes into the Bravely L category. Alright, we're at 7 right now. We might get to 8. Oh, he bought it. Okay, that's fine. No more notches for him. Get him! I said get him! Thank you. We may have hobbled our way through the finish line, but that is still a victory. Okay, cheers to a job that I probably won't use in this playthrough. See, he's not dead. He took the Phoenix down and he lived. Ding dong, the Lee is dead. But also not really, I guess. Anyways, with that old man out of the way, I could get to the part of the stream I was actually dreading. The vampire quest. And let me tell you, I was not wrong for being afraid. These stupid dragons you need to kill took me over 90 minutes of trial and error to nail down. Actually, I think it might have been longer than that. Although it also didn't help that I was really trying to be quirky with how I went about taking them down, and being humbled in return. Afterwards was a long trek up the vampire castle, just worrying how the hell I was going to take down Lord DeRosa, which, need I remind you, I don't have a very good record against. So yeah, I wasn't expecting this to end well. At all. Okay, place your bets. How long am I going to be on this fight for? I think probably an hour. I'm hoping it's less than that. You think yes? Well, you're gonna be winning no matter what then. Tells me this mofo hurts for one. Ow. Yeah, I'm not seeing an immediate path to victory here. I'm seeing one that we can stall him out on. But man, is this gonna be a long fight. Okay, what do you guys think DeRosa would buy from us? If we were to try and be a salesman, what do you think he would actually want? Actually, no, he seems like a wine guy. Let's try Bacchus wine. See if he wants to buy some Bacchus wine from us. Ooh, okay. Mr. Moneybags over there. Ooh, okay. He went faster. Putting Tiz in the negative is a bad idea. He's currently going to do Bone Crush. That is his next move. He will 100% guarantee to be using Bone Crush. So, unironically, I could go completely ham with Agnes and get no punishment for it. Get him up, heal him, Bone Crush. He did not do Bone Crush. Oh, that cheating bastard. Nope, we're risking it. Ring a bell, low leverage, otherwise we die. You're a G, Ring a bell, you're a G. Alright, we are still in this. Somehow, we are still in this. I think that was probably the first crit we've seen this entire fight so far. Ow. I should not have done that so fast. I might have just screwed myself, potentially. Because now we're on even footing. If he does Bone Crush, at least the D is going down. Ring a Bell's probably going down. We're gonna re-up low leverage here and just kind of bite the bullet with Ring a Bell. We want to get extra BP on Tiz though. Ow! Unless he crits me. That was not part of the plan. There we go. Ooh, all dodged it. Perfect. And my man's Bruce Wayne here needs to get that low leverage going. I'm okay if that goes first. Yeah, I'm okay with that. And you'll still get the yeah! I still do not have a winning record against this man. But I'll take it. Nightmare Pillow? What the hell is the Nightmare Pillow? That's a new item. A pillow that grants deep but nightmarish sleep. Oh, is this how you get the Deadly Sin bosses? Yes, the Nemesis bosses. Perfect. It is said that there are also Nemesis hiding in dungeons somewhere in this world. They won't give chase to fleeing opponents, so if you're caught unprepared, you pull ahead and make a run for it. They're infinitely farmable. I mean, we can just check. I've saved. Let's just check. So rest for the pillow. Do I get to choose who I fight? Nope, that's just Lucifer. Hey, buddy, what's going on? What's poppin', Lucifer? I don't have Haste and World Meteor for you, so I'm kind of not prepared for that. Godspeed, everyone. Aye. The Nemesis depends on the inn and whether it's day or night. Well, we aren't going to worry about that, since I'm in no position to be taking on the Morning Star himself. Instead, I took my attention towards Everlast Tower and making a fool of the Gigas Lich inside of there. Afterwards, we awakened the Earth Crystal and headed towards the Holy Pillar, where an unexpected revelation was made to us. Guys, look! Bruce Wayne and Batman are on screen together!
What business
What the hell is
do you have
this?
here?
I knew he wasn't Batman. Yeah. Just run them hands. Yes. Batman, you had a terrible childhood. You were an orphan. You weren't. Batman wasn't poor, but you were an orphan. Everyone hated you, of course. Alfred adopted you, kind of. It's gonna take forever for Tiz to get back on because we have a slow world on. Oh no. Into double damage. Send this man to God, ring a bell. Free turn for us, you know what that means. That is better damage. Just want more crits. My man cannot act this turn, which means we go crazy. You prefer the Octopath games as far as Asano games go? I think I do too, to be honest. Oh, he's dead. I think I do too. But not by much. Yay! Particularly Octopath 2. Octopath 2 is really, really good. There we go! Dark Knight Ultimate Stim done. We did not have to worry about a single minus strike, which surprised me. Yay! We got Batman! We've got Batman, everyone. Now it's time to see who this guy really is. No way! Batman is Bruce Wayne? No way! Yay! Okay, well, that is definitely where we're gonna stop for today.